Hey guys, thanks for joining us again for the Walking Dead Snack Bites. On tonight's episode, uh, some guy. And for this snack bite, we're going to be talking about Jerry and Ezekiel. So first thing about Ezekiel, it must be mentioned because this has come up a lot about the show. And we finally see, this character. He's got his hair care regimen. He's got his hair tied up. He takes them down one at a time. He puts the moisturizer in and everything. And I just want to point that it's very realistic. It's very something that someone would do. So I'm glad to see that it was actually done. That he doesn't just roll out of bed with these dreads. So you know, t- it might seem insignificant, but it adds a level of realism. And I realize I'm talking about a show with a fucking tiger and zombies, but whatever. So getting down to King Ezekiel and Jerry and how the pretense falls away. It's not really a mask. It's not like, Ezekiel doesn't know who he is or why he's doing what he does or pretending to be king. It slips away when, he sees that they're not going to make it and he's lost so many people. And it's like, I'm not your king. I'm just some guy. And in my head, I was hearing like a version of that by like Martin Lawrence. It's like like when he would say to Tommy how he didn't have no job, like, I ain't your king, man. Like in my head, that's how he would say it. Like that's not how he said it, but that's how I want him to say it. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, so actually, I thought that like the title of this episode was genius with that opener, some guy, and the way that they started the episode was just the way that some guy would start his day, right? Doing his hair care regimen, doing all the normal things, quote unquote, that somebody would do if they were just some guy. It was kind of like making it so that he was a little bit more human and normalized versus this elevated position of power known as a king. Um, he also, this is really the first episode that we've seen Ezekiel in any sort of real duress. I mean, every time that we've seen
And yet I
him,
smile.
yeah, every single time that we've seen him since it was episode 2 of season 7, where he's introduced, we've never seen him like really stressed out or losing someone who's important to him or anything that has really shown us how upset he can get in a
We
really
shall
bad
not fall
moment.
into despair. And then they fall into
And
despair.
then they show him fall into despair,
Mm.
just illustrating further how he's just some guy at the end of the day. He's not like some superpower. It also kind of seems like he felt maybe guilty about the fact that he's been representing himself as this king when in actuality
Well, only because he
he's
lost
some
all those
guy.
people.
Yeah, but he said to Carol though last season in episode 2 of season 7 that like I'm only doing this because this is what the people need, right?
Mm.
That was his whole reason for doing this in the first place, was that they needed a person to look up to, and I'm the one who they needed to look up to in that moment, so I'm playing that role. And so this is the first time we've ever seen that really tear down in the heat of battle.
I mean, but justifiably so. Like
Oh, absolutely.
he loses 95, 98% of the people he went into battle with. And the fact that they were following him, just some guy. I mean, it's kind of funny though, because at the same time, it's like, even if he was a true king, like of royal blood or whatever, that still has no real meaning in that, it's still just some guy who just happened to have, uh, a name. A name. Like, I mean, it doesn't make you any better or worse than anyone else. It makes you luckier than anyone else that you were born into something. So, I mean, they were going to go to war either way. I don't think it's Ezekiel's fault at all, but I know he's blaming himself for the loss of all these people. But my question is, how is he going to go forward now? Like, is he gonna go around telling the people at the kingdom, "I'm not your king. I'm not the king"? Or is he gonna be like the Mad King now? Or like, I hope not.
I
I
don't
hope
think
they
he's gonna
rally and
do that.
regroup. But like, basically, the kingdom's fight of their army force is gone. It's been totally destroyed.
Yeah, which actually, now that I think about it, that kind of worries me about the future of the kingdom because if the saviors show up to the kingdom right now,
They're done.
they're done. So I don't think he's going to swing that extreme back in the other direction. It just seems like maybe this was the episode where he's finally honest with everybody. He several times during the episode he tried to actually sacrifice himself for other people. Like he told Jerry numerous times, like just go, like I'll defend you, blah blah blah. And then he did that again at the end when unfortunately Shiva died. He tried to tell Carol and Jerry to just keep going. He's like trying to make himself the bait for the walkers so that they'll eat him and not them. And then all of a sudden Shiva shows up and distracts all the walkers and she gets eaten. So I actually like his character a lot more after this episode than I did before. Before I kind of thought he was ridiculous, and
Well, I knew he was playing a game.
yeah, I mean
He admits to it.
they made it clear that he was playing a game, but regardless, his the speeches were kind of cheesy with the whole king thing. I wasn't really digging it. So now I feel like he's a lot more human now. I feel like it's a lot more real for me, his character, and I'm curious to see what happens with his character from now on.
I'm not gonna lie, if I had a tiger, I'd be fucking Queen Jill as well. But if I was in the ZA without a tiger, I would simply be President Roby. Because I feel like that's dignified. It's not too much. Not too much. Just right in the sweet spot. Alrighty.
She wants to be a queen. Anyway.
I am a queen.
If you guys like our videos, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here. Also, go ahead and follow us on Instagram at RLRoshone and on Facebook at The Living Roshone. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.